everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Now, if you're wondering, Jesse, why you been dressed up the last couple days? Things are happening in the LA area for games that I can't tell you about. It's been quite a week. I'll make videos eventually. But today in the news, get ready for this one, it appears passions may not be quite as hot as Blizzard had hoped for Diablo 4. The Saturday night Diablo event on September 9th, which was produced by Blizzard Korea and Korean esports broadcaster 10, was a live esports event where two teams of players went head-to-head in Diablo 4. And the game sold a lot of copies and had some good reviews when it first came out. Surely, this is a surefire hit. However, according to Reddit user Jinjin5000, the streamer that attended the event and took subsequent photos was asked to stop streaming after he expressed his surprise over the lack of attendances. Says a lot about the state of the game when Korea, with its huge Blizzard fanbase, has had a live event practically abandoned and viewers barely hitting 300's peak on the official channel. The Redditor said of the event, and many others in the comments agreed that the game is dead. It's a boring game with no items to chase, the loot sucks, no chance in hell I'll spend more money, wrote a commenter. Now, setting my feelings for the current state of Blizzard aside, and giving them the benefit of the doubt, because otherwise this is comically terrible. Maybe it's perhaps right now there's a lot of fears of COVID and resurgences, and people just decide to stay at home in Korea. Maybe that's just what they wanted to do, and that is a good reason for why there wasn't a big audience there. In fact, why there was no audience there. Or we could just go with the obvious reason that 3 months after release, nobody cares about Diablo 4 anymore. Sure, well, Diablo 4 had a solid launch. I even called it back then and told you it was going to happen. Disappointment and frustration will eventually set in because that is the way Blizzard works right now. Not even trying to explain how seasons work properly, nerfing the game to hell, making it even more of a grind than it actually was. According to Game Rant, Diablo 4's viewership on Twitch dropped overall by 99% compared to launch, which no doubt is also because this year there have been a lot of amazing games. Baldur's Gate, Starfield have recently come out, but even before that, there's better things out there that people want to play that don't make them feel like they're just grinding and grinding and grinding. Yeah, sure, there's an audience for it, but overall, that audience continues to shrink. More and more people are just done with this sort of like scammy grind mentality of gaming, and they're looking at single player story adventures. They love that stuff. And honestly, as someone who does, I get it. I understand why more and more gamers want single player stuff, because for the last, 8, 9, 10 years, the market has said, no, you want to buy things in a game and you want to play it in a giant open world with a bunch of people. And yeah, not many people have the time for all of that, let alone the money for all of that. People don't have money for rent. So between no one wanting to watch, let alone play Diablo 4, to Overwatch 2 canceling the PvE mode, and this terrible Steam reviews, and just the nickel diming there, to the fact that go look at the WoW forums right now. Go look at various subreddits. People are starting to get a little tired of WoW at the moment too. Like, honestly, as someone who still considers myself a fan or would like to be again, I think about this often, whether Blizzard's glory days are behind them. And I know a lot of you would say yes. I don't know. Regardless of whatever I think, I'm pretty sure Korea will not be hosting any more in-person Diablo events anytime soon. In other, what the hell is going on over there news? Stig Asmussen, the director of Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, is leaving Respawn and EA. In a statement reported by Bloomberg, after careful thought and consideration, Stig Asmussen has decided to leave Respawn to pursue other adventures, and we wish him the best of luck, an EA spokesperson told Bloomberg in a statement. Veteran Respawn leaders will be stepping up to guide the team as they continue their work on Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, of course, there's a lot of speculation as to why he would leave a lucrative career leading a franchise that is killing it right now and is very fun, and a great job with great pay, especially considering back in February, Asmussen expressed interest and hope in making a third Jedi game. I always wanted to see this as a trilogy, he told IGN at the time. Speaking about the second game, Survivor, how can we take Cal and crew to new places beyond what we're doing in the first game? And with Survivor's release back in April, it does make a lot of sense to continue the story with a trilogy. Those who have played it, I want more, but his departure does raise some questions about his status at EA and the status of the game, and honestly, the status of a lot of things over there. Asmussen's departure comes amid an uncertain period for EA, with Respawn among the studios being split into a separate EA Entertainment group. BioWare has been among the studios most affected by the change, having experienced harsh layoffs in the midst of Dragon Age Dreadwolf's development. And just earlier this morning, 45% of Ascendant Studios, the team behind EA's Immortals of Avium, was laid off. So between this and Asmussen leaving and BioWare's layoffs, what is going on over at EA? It is the direction they're headed for sure, but it is not a good one. It is not one where we get anything better as a consumer. It is one where, like, some guy named Lord Philip Johnson III, Esquire, over Hampshire is making a few extra million at the end of the year. EA, our expectations were low, but I'm a big boy. I don't know that I can get any lower. That is it for 5 Minute Gaming News. Thank you to everyone who is over on patreon.com/Jesse Cox for helping make this entire show possible. Without you, we really couldn't do it in the time frame that we do it and with the frequency that we do it, because everything at YouTube is all about algorithmic stuff and how much you watch and how long you watch. And if you do a short show, overall, it means your watch time's very low, which means the algorithm's like, no one likes that guy. It's a bunch of BS. It forces people to make really long videos for the sake of making really long videos. And that's not what I'm about. I'm here to just get in, get out, get over, baby. So thank you. Thank you so much for helping make this possible. And thank you to all of you for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, whatever you're doing. It means the world to me. I'll see y'all tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.